Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Today we will see chapter number 8, wave, conceptual question answer or short question answer. So let's start. Question number 1 is not included in the reduced syllabus for examination of 2021, but you can see in the screen. Now moving towards question number 2. So you can see the question number 1 full, and question number 2 is also not included, but you can see the solution in the screen. Now moving towards question number 3. Question number 3, how are beats useful in tuning musical instrument? Answer, tuning of musical instrument. In order to tune a musical instrument, beat the instrument against a note of known frequency. If the two frequencies do not match, beat will be produced. Adjust the frequency of untuned instrument by tightening or loosening the string. When no beats are heard, the musical instrument will produce the note of desired frequency and it is said to be tuned. So this question is included. Moving towards question number 4. Question number 4, two wave pulses travel in opposite direction, completely cancel each other as they pass. What happened to the energy possessed by a wave? Answer, when two similar wave pulses are traveling in opposite direction and they superpose each other, then standing waves are produced. The standing wave consists of notes and antinodes. At notes, amplitude of vibration is 0, D is 0. The particle of medium remain at rest. Note, the particles are at rest, so there is no transfer of energy through the medium due to notes. So at note there is no transfer of energy through the medium. However, only interconversion of kinetic energy and potential energy take place. Interconversion of kinetic energy and potential energy take place. At extreme position, potential energy is maximum, and at mean position, kinetic energy is maximum. Suppose this is a pendulum. This is mean position, and here kinetic energy is maximum, and at extreme position, this is extreme position A. Here potential energy is maximum. So now moving towards question number 5. What are the conditions of constructive and deconstructive interference? So let's see the conditions. Here the condition of interference of wave. Source must be coherent, means they emit identical wave which have constant phase difference. The wave should be single wavelength, and the wave must be travel in same direction and same medium, and must have same medium. So fourth condition is coherent sources and identical wave with constant phase difference and single wavelength. And last condition is same direction in same medium. Now we will see the condition of constructive interference. For a constructive interference, the path difference must be 0 or integral multiple of wavelength. Path difference is equal to 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi and 4 pi. Path difference D is equal to m lambda, and where m can be 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Condition of deconstructive interference. For deconstructive interference, condition is path difference is odd interval multiple of half wavelength. Half wavelength means pi by 2, and there should be odd integral multiple of half wavelength. Like this, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2 and so on. And the formula is m plus half pi by 2, where m can be 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now moving towards question number 6. How might one can locate the position of notes and antinodes in a vibrating string? Answer is, in a stationary wave, nodes are the point in which distance or amplitude is 0 and tension is maximum. D is 0 and T is maximum. And they are at rest. And they locate at the end point of each loop. So I will show from the diagram as well. And the antinodes are the point which have amplitude maximum and tension minimum, or you can say tension 0 and D maximum. The antinodes are located at the middle point of each loop where amplitude are maximum as shown in the figure. From the figure you can see this point is node, end point and at rest. This point is also node and this point is also node. At the middle this is called antinode, which is denoted by A, and node is denoted by N. From node to node distance is pi by 2 and node to antinode distance is pi by 4. Moving towards question number 7. Is it possible for an object which is vibrating transversely to produce sound waves? Yes. Reason: it is possible for an object which is vibrating transversely to produce wave because all the string type musical instrument when played produce transverse waves. The energy from these vibrating instruments travel through air and in the form of sound wave, which are longitudinal wave in nature. For example, when a string of guitar are plucked, then vibrating wire produce transverse waves, but disturbance of these waves in the wire vibrate air particles and produce longitudinal waves. Disturbance of wire in air cause longitudinal waves. So this is the answer of question number 7. Now moving towards question number 8. Why does the sound wave travel faster in solid and gases? As you know that sound waves depends upon elastic modulus and density of the medium. So in solids, density and elastic modulus is greater than that of in liquids. The molecules are closer in solids. If E be the elastic modulus and P the density of the medium, then speed of the wave is given by V is equal to under root E divided by rho. Although the density of solid is greater than that of gases, but the modulus of elasticity of solids is much more than that of gases. E is greater than E of gases. So from this you can see that elastic modulus and density of solids are greater than elastic modulus of gas and density of gas, and the molecules are much closer in solids than that of liquids, and they respond quickly to disturbance. So that's why speed of sound is greater in solids than in gases. Question number 9. Why does the speed of sound waves in gas change with temperature? The speed of sound in a gas at temperature T in Kelvin is given by V is equal to under root gamma RT divided by M, and under root gamma R divided by M is constant and V is directly proportional to under root T. You can see V is directly proportional to under root. Speed of sound is directly proportional to the square root of temperature in Kelvin. When the temperature of a medium increases, speed of sound also increases, and when the temperature decreases, speed of sound also decreases. Change in speed of sound changes with time. speed of sound changes with change in time of gas medium. The speed of sound increases by the factor of 0.61 meter per second or 61 centimeter per second with 1 degree rise in temperature according to this equation. Vt is equal to V naught plus 0.61 T. This was question number 9. Now moving towards question number 10. Is it possible for two astronauts to talk directly to another even if they remove their helmets? No, it is not possible for two astronauts to talk directly to each other if they remove their helmet, because sound waves are longitudinal mechanical waves which require material medium for their propagation. So sound wave need material medium to travel. So there is no material medium between two astronauts, so they cannot talk. So they cannot talk directly to one another through vacuum. So this was question number 10. Now moving towards question number 11. Number 11. Estimate the frequency at which a test tube 15 cm long resonates when you blow across its lips. Of the tube is given 15 centimeter. Centimeter is not a base unit, so we will convert it in a meter. So divided by 100, we get 0.15 meter. Speed of the sound at 0 degree, we know that V is denoted by V, 132 meter per second, 332 meter per second. Frequency for closed tube is F1 is equal to V divided by 4L, and we have the value of V, which is 332 meter per second, and L value is 0.15. So we get the value of F1, which is 553 Hertz. Then to find F2, we multiply by 3F1, and to find F3, we multiply 5F1. F1 value is 553. Now we find F2 by multiplying 3 multiplied by F1 and F3 by 5 multiplying F1. So we get the values. So this was exercise question. I hope you all like it. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.